Common mistakes on keto that could be sabotaging weight loss. Hey everyone, welcome to the Healthy Eats Good Life channel. Today we will be discussing the common mistakes on the ketogenic diet that could be preventing you from losing weight. Number 1, not tracking your macros. Followers of the lazy keto movement probably will disagree with this point, but if you are doing keto and struggling to see any weight loss results, it's probably a good idea for you to take the time to track your macros. This will ensure that you do not eat too many calories, which might be the main reason you are not losing weight. The MyFitnessPal app is a good app to help monitor your daily macros, but can also become cumbersome. A simpler option to tracking your macros is using the rule of 3. I go into detail of this in my video on simple keto, which I will link at the end. Eating too many calories. There is a tendency to consume too many calories just because we are eating low carb. We can easily overeat calories from protein and fat with things like fat bombs and smoothies. Avoid this trap by ensuring that you keep track and measure your macronutrient intake. I go into detail about this in my video on simple keto, which I will link at the end. 3. Not incorporating an intermittent fasting diet. If you are struggling with weight loss on the keto diet, it could be a sign that you are insulin resistant. A good strategy to help you reduce insulin, which is the main hormone responsible for weight gain, and get into ketosis is by combining keto with intermittent fasting. This will also help you to avoid consuming too many calories. Check out my video on intermittent fasting, which I will link at the end for more detail on this. 4. Not doing any exercise. It's easy to get lazy and stop working out when we start to experience weight loss on the keto diet. This is a mistake because in the long term, the body will start to adapt to the new diet and weight loss will plateau. A good strategy to beat weight loss plateaus on the keto diet is to incorporate short bursts of high-intensity interval training in our exercise regimen. Cardio and aerobic exercises are also good to do while on the diet. If you are doing intensive exercise, it's a good idea to explore the targeted or the cyclical ketogenic diets in which carb intake fluctuates around your exercise routine. Number 5, cheating. Let's be honest, sometimes the main reason why our diets fail is because we are not really sticking to it. Do an audit of what you're actually eating, and you might find out that the reason why the diet is failing is that you are cheating. It's not the end of the world. Take a moment and purpose to do better and get back on track. Get encouragement by joining social networks with like-minded individuals on the same journey to give you a sense of accountability. At the end of the day, every small effort counts, so don't give up. Number 6, not eating enough vegetables. While the ketogenic diet is a low-carb diet, we're encouraged to get at least 25 grams of carbs in our daily diet plan. These 25 grams of carbs should ideally come from vegetable sources. These are specifically green leafy vegetables like kale and lettuce. This is because you can eat quite a lot of these greens and still be able to maintain your low carb limit. Aim to eat at least 7 cups or 7 handfuls of these vegetables daily. Avoid high starchy vegetables like potatoes if you are struggling to lose weight. 7. Eating too much protein. The keto diet requires us to keep our protein intake to a moderate amount of about 25% of our total macronutrients. Most people assume that low carb means eating as much protein as you want. Excess protein will be converted to glucose, and this will kick you out of ketosis. We need to know that the optimal amount of protein intake varies per person, and this is determined by a number of factors like sex, age, and level of physical activity. Generally, more active individuals tend to require more protein than less active individuals. An easy way to measure our protein intake is by using our hands. Put your palms together in a praying position, and that should give you the thickness of your required protein. while the length of 3 fingers will give you the length of the protein you require per meal. I go into this detail in one of my videos on how to do keto simply for beginners. I will link it at the end of this video. Number 8, not sticking it out long enough. Give yourself enough time to adjust. When you begin a new diet, it takes the body a few weeks to adjust. We need to understand this and be patient as we get used to the diet. We need to start slowly with the reduction of carbs and then gradually reduce further as we go along. Starting the diet by drastically reducing our carbohydrate intake to 25 grams of carbs might be difficult to do and sustain long term. If you find it difficult to straight away reduce carb intake to 25 grams of carbs, then starting with 50 to 60 grams of carbs might be more achievable, and gradually reducing to 40 grams after a week or so, then to 30 grams, and so on. 9. Not consuming enough healthy fats. The keto diet requires most of our daily macronutrients to come from fat. The main aim of the keto diet is to make our bodies fat burners and not sugar burners. This process is known as ketosis. If we do not eat sufficient amounts of fat, we cause our bodies to go into survival mode, a process in which metabolism slows down and hunger sets in. This eventually leads to weight gain. A rough guide to measure our fat intake is to eat at least 3 teaspoons of healthy fat per meal. 10. Eating too much fat. The ketogenic diet requires eating most of our macronutrients from healthy fat sources. Up to 70% of our daily macronutrients should come from fat. We get healthy fats from nuts like almonds and peanuts, and healthy oils from wild-caught fish, pasture-raised beef, oils like olive oil, butter, and coconut oil. This should, however, be consumed in sufficient but not excessive amounts. We need to be careful because fats have high caloric value. We need to ensure we do not exceed our overall caloric intake by eating too much fat in our diet, as this will lead to weight gain or slow down weight loss. Too much snacking and eating unhealthy carbs. Eating high starchy carbohydrate foods and high sugar foods could be a reason we are unable to lose weight on the keto diet. The aim of the ketogenic diet is to reduce carbohydrate intake to 5% of your daily macronutrients. To do this, we need to obtain our carbs mainly from healthy sources like green leafy vegetables. This is important because these vegetables are high in fiber, which helps to keep us feeling full for longer, reduces our cravings, and aids in digestion. They are full of vitamins and other essential nutrients that our bodies need to keep us healthy. To be successful at keto, it's advisable for us to eat enough vegetables, at least 7 cups or 7 handfuls of vegetables per day, and minimize consumption of high starchy and high sugar foods as much as possible. If you have a sweet tooth, consider using low-calorie natural sweeteners like stevia, monk fruit, and erythritol. Using low-carb keto flours like almond flour and coconut flour to make keto-friendly snacks is a good idea, but we need to ensure we don't eat too much of these snacks, as they could increase our overall caloric intake and slow down the weight loss process. So thank you for listening. I do hope this video has helped you in some way. Please comment, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss more videos about health and wellness, simple healthy recipes for weight loss, mental health, and so much more. Check out my video linked here on Simple Keto for Beginners. See you in the next video. Take care.